Let's dive right into this explainer and equip you with a really easy-to-remember toolkit of life-saving knowledge for preventing common summer injuries. We all know summer is literally the absolute best time of the year for kids, right? It means endless days playing outside, swimming, riding bikes, just exploring. But as caregivers, we also know that the summer months bring a pretty unique set of hazards. So today, we're pulling from top pediatric and safety experts to build you a definitive safety toolkit to tackle everything from the midday heat to those evening campfires. You know, as a caregiver, you are the true hero of summer, and we want to empower you to enable all that fun while keeping your kids completely safe. You really shouldn't have to spend your entire summer paralyzed by anxiety. By arming yourself with the facts right now, you can confidently let your kids conquer the outdoors. To make this as memorable as possible, we're going to walk through a typical summer day together. Here is our agenda. 1. Beating the summer heat. 2. Staying safe in the water. 3. The silent danger, secondary drowning. 4. Wheels, helmets, and gear. And 5. Fending off bugs and ticks. Okay, let's jump in. Section 1. Beating the summer heat and keeping kids cool and hydrated. Let's start our day right in the high noon heat, where avoiding heat-related illness is our absolute first major objective. Pediatricians at the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia point out a really important biological fact. Babies and young children are actually at a greater risk of overheating than adults are, simply because they sweat less. It limits their body's natural ability to cool down. Because of that, hydration is your very first line of defense against the heat. Making water readily available is huge. You can even add a fun twist with slices of fruit, like strawberries or lemons, just to encourage the kids to drink up. Basically, reusable water bottles should be a total staple every single time you walk out the front door. But just having the water isn't quite enough. You really need a system. Enforce a periodic drinking schedule during physical activities, even if your child says they don't feel thirsty. According to Dr. Joseph Schachter from SA Health, if your child weighs around 90 pounds, they need 5 ounces of water every 20 minutes of prolonged activity. For a 130-pound adolescent, you're going to want to bump that up to 9 ounces. Also keep an eye on their urine output. Simple rule. If they aren't peeing, they aren't drinking enough. Now, it's absolutely crucial to contrast these two states. If the heat gets to be too much, you have to know the difference between heat exhaustion and heat stroke. Heat exhaustion is marked by a pale appearance, sweating, nausea, and cramps. If you see this, immediately cool the child off and get them fluids. Heat stroke, on the other hand, is a severe emergency. If your child has a high fever, flushed red skin, or seems confused and disoriented, there is no waiting around. That warrants an immediate call to 911. Section 2. Staying safe in the water. Vigilance at the pool and beach. Next up, it's afternoon pool time. This is where active, totally undistracted supervision is absolutely mandatory. Drowning is actually the second leading cause of unintentional injury-related death for children ages 1 to 14. You need to speak directly to your kids about water roles. And as a parent, keep your eyes glued to their face. Why? Because many victims literally can't keep their arms above the water to signal for help. The Life Saving Society explicitly warns us that drowning is quick and it's incredibly quiet. Kids don't always thrash around or yell. They just slip under. 10. That staggering number is the amount of seconds it takes for a drowning to occur, often quietly, in just inches of water. 10 seconds! That is sending a quick text message or just turning your back to flip a burger on the grill. When kids are in the water, your supervision needs to be 100% active. For toddlers, always stay within arm's reach. Experts call this touch supervision. If you've got a backyard pool, make sure it has a 4-foot fence with no openings around all 4 sides. And here is a crucial tip. Ditch the inflatable floaties and water wings. They deflate easily and give everyone a completely false sense of security. Rely on approved life vests instead. Section 3. The silent danger of secondary drowning and what happens after the pool. Let's move to a deeply misunderstood topic. It actually gained viral attention after a mother on the Delighted Mama blog shared a really terrifying experience. Her toddler slipped underwater for just a few seconds in a spa. He seemed completely fine right after. But an hour later, he was extremely lethargic, coughing, and ended up in the pediatric intensive care unit. So, can a child actually drown hours after leaving the water? The terrifying reality is, yes. And learning this might honestly be the most important takeaway from our entire explainer. What looks like just a simple, innocent cough after inhaling a little pool water can escalate rapidly. Now, what's fascinating here is that secondary drowning is actually a misnomer. The medical community calls it a submersion injury. When water enters the lungs, even a tiny amount, it causes irritation and inflammation. And that can lead to a condition called pulmonary edema, which is basically a fluid buildup that stops the lungs from getting oxygen into the blood. If your child aspirated even a little water, monitor them super closely for up to 24 hours. The symptoms you're looking out for are a persistent cough, rapid or labored breathing, extreme fatigue, chest pain, or pale blue skin. If you observe any of these signs of oxygen deprivation, do not wait. Head to the emergency room immediately. Section 4. Wheels, helmets, and gear. Biking and skating safety. As the evening cools down, it's prime time for a bike ride. According to Mercy safety guidelines, children ages 5 to 14 visit emergency rooms for bicycle-related injuries more than any other sports. And the tragic part? Many of these are totally preventable head injuries. You have to model safe behavior by wearing your own helmet and insist they wear theirs on every single ride, no matter how short or close to home it is. So many accidents happen right in the driveway or on the local sidewalk. A helmet isn't an optional accessory, it's an absolute necessity. You'll want to memorize this easy 3-step physical check before they ride. Why? Because simply wearing a properly fitted helmet reduces the risk of brain injury by an astonishing 88%. Okay, first, have them open their mouth wide. The helmet should pull down slightly on their head. Second, it needs to sit low on the forehead, no more than 2 finger widths above the eyebrow. And third, the side straps should form a V shape right beneath their ears. Section 5, fending off bugs and ticks, protecting against bites and Lyme disease. Finally, as dusk falls in the woods or even just out in your backyard, we've got to shield our kids from disease-carrying insects. With climate change, illnesses like Lyme disease and West Nile virus are really on the rise. This makes insect protection more critical than ever. If you're in an area known for Lyme-carrying ticks, pediatricians strongly advise using approved, effective products rather than natural alternatives. For the skin, you want a product with up to 30% DEET or 10% picoridin. If you're using permethrin, just remember it is incredibly effective against ticks, but it should never, ever be applied directly to the skin. It's for clothing and outdoor gear only. Let's see how this builds into a rock-solid routine. When the kids come inside, have them shower immediately to wash off any unattached ticks. Then, throw their clothes directly into a hot dryer for 10 to 15 minutes. This is a brilliant trick from the Global Lyme Alliance to literally kill off any lingering ticks before they ever reach the skin. After that, do a thorough check. Look in the hair, around the waistbands, behind the ears. If you find one, remove it straight out with fine-tipped tweezers. Look, by taking these focused, common-sense precautions, you aren't limiting their fun. You are actively guaranteeing it. Summer is a time for making memories, definitely not emergency room visits. You now have a complete, expert-backed safety toolkit to navigate the heat, the water, the roads, the woods, and even to keep you vigilant around those evening campfires. So we'll leave you with this question. You have the tools and the knowledge. How will you make this summer your child's safest and most unforgettable yet?